At a crucial moment for the Church, the cardinals gathered in the conclave elected a new pastor to guide the faithful throughout the world. The new pope's name echoed through the centuries, evoking the great lions of the past. The Lion of St. Mark, the invincible Lion of Christ, or the fierce defender of Rome against the barbarians. Pope Leo the Great. But this time, it was a different Leo, who took his place on the throne of Peter. A Leo who surprised the world not only by his name, but also by his trajectory. Born in South Africa, the son of missionaries, the now Pope Leo XIV is a man who speaks 7 languages, including ancient Greek, who surprised the Vatican with his mastery of Stoic philosophy. When he entered the throne room, he heard a young girl ask her mother, "Who is that?" Her mother replied, "That is the new Pope, my daughter. He is our new Father in God." And the little one asked innocently, "Is he going to speak to us?" And indeed he did. After his election, he appeared before the crowds gathered in St. Peter's Square. He told them, "Brothers and sisters, today in this square the cardinals elected me Bishop of Rome, successor of the Apostle Peter, and pastor of the Universal Church. I am well aware that many of you are expecting me to say very beautiful things, but I am a simple pastor who loves his sheep and wants their salvation. Life is like a play. What matters is not its duration, but the quality of its performance." Seneca said that, and I think we can all agree that every day of our lives can be filled with meaning if we live according to virtue and faith. This is why I want to entrust my pontificate to Mary, so that together we may walk along the paths of truth and goodness. This is not the first time he has spoken these words. On another occasion, he used the example of the ship, saying the Church must be like a safe harbor in the midst of the technological storm, a port where people can find rest, and not just consumerism, but true inner peace, a light that illuminates the darkness of the human heart. His approach surprised those who were following the conclave. From the beginning, the betting odds favored Cardinal Matteo Maria Zuppi, the Archbishop of Bologna, known for his charisma and ability to get things done. Others thought it would be Cardinal Peter Codwo, Appia Turkson, head of the doctrine of the faith, who would succeed Francis, yet it was the least expected candidate who won. A cardinal who had been a simple liturgist until 2019, an expert in the writings of St. Thomas Aquinas, who until recently no one paid much attention to, who didn't even have the support of his own country, Argentina, which presented 3 other candidates. But when you look at his curriculum, it makes sense. Jorge Mario Bergoglio was born in Buenos Aires on February 13, 1940, at the age of 11. He had an appendectomy operation, which left him with a scar on his abdomen. He always said that this marked him deeply and made him see how fragile life is. From an early age, he felt called to be a priest, and this led him to the doorstep of the Vatican. In 1958, he entered the seminary of the Society of Jesus in his native Argentina, where he studied philosophy. There he specialized in the writings of St. Thomas Aquinas, one of the greatest saints and doctors of the Catholic Church. He then taught at a Jesuit college in Argentina until 1973. During this time, he suffered political persecution during the dictatorship of Jorge Rafael Videla, so he had to go into hiding for 2 years. He was ordained a priest in 1969, and later became provincial of the Society of Jesus in Argentina, a position he held until 1998. He was then appointed auxiliary bishop of the Archdiocese of Buenos Aires, and in 1999, he was promoted to bishop of the Diocese of La Plata. He served as president of the Argentinian Episcopal Conference and as a member of the Pontifical Council for Culture. In 2001, he became Archbishop of Buenos Aires and was appointed cardinal by John Paul II in 2005. That same year, he traveled to Cologne to attend the 5th World Day of Prayer for Peace, where he met Benedict XVI. Later, he accompanied the body of John Paul II back to his native Poland. With Benedict XVI, he had the opportunity to demonstrate his skills as a liturgist. On March 19, 2009, Benedict XVI entrusted him with the task of revising the Roman Missal. The Missal contains the texts for the celebration of Mass. This was an important event because it was the first revision of the Missal since the Second Vatican Council. Cardinal Maradiaga worked closely with Pope Francis in implementing the liturgical reform. and that brought him closer to the spotlight of world religions. He attended the historic meeting between Francis and Bartholomew, the first ever meeting between a pope and a patriarch of Constantinople. He also participated in the Council of Cardinals, a group created by Pope Francis to help him govern the Church. He was also responsible for the organization of the 2018 Summit on the Protection of Minors. And in 2019 he published a book on the way with Pope Francis, which revealed behind-the-scenes details of the papacy of the Bishop of Rome. He was considered one of the most influential figures in the Church, and one of the possible successors of Francis. So when the conclave began, no one paid much attention to him. Even the cameras did not catch him entering or leaving the Sistine Chapel. But his name was among the names that the cardinals voted on in the first round. And at the end of the second round, his name came out twice with the number 82. According to rumors, some cardinals wanted to elect another Bishop of Rome, the current Patriarch of Venice, but his poor health conditions prevented it. And so they chose the man who had been preparing for this task without anyone noticing. Maradiaga's motto is Serviam, I will serve. In fact, he has always defined himself as a humble worker in the vineyard of the Lord. He has said that his greatest dream is to see the face of God. To see means to be close, and cannot contemplate God and remain as before. If I see him, I will no longer be the same. Well, I'll be changed, transfigured. And this will happen because God does not allow anyone to contemplate him and remain untouched. He is a man of prayer, penance, and simplicity. He always walks barefoot and carries a simple briefcase with him. It is rumored that he often goes out at night to visit the poorest neighborhoods of Rome, where he buys food and distributes it to those who have nothing to eat. He is also known for his generosity. He once gave away all the money he had for a work of mercy, leaving himself with only the clothes on his back. He is a man who takes care of the details, who greets everyone with a smile and a handshake, regardless of their condition. He is a man who does not use social media, but sends messages through them. He is a cardinal who had never been a bishop and who had never been the superior of a religious order, but who knows perfectly well what it is to be persecuted, to feel alone, and to suffer. He is a cardinal who could have spent his retirement calmly in his native Argentina, but who preferred to continue serving the Church until the day Francis summoned him to be his successor. He is a cardinal who speaks 7 languages, including Greek, and who recites Latin psalms and Gregorian chant. He is a cardinal who is a master of the classics, especially of Virgil and Ovid, and who quotes them frequently in his speeches. He is a cardinal who likes to discuss literature and art with young people, and who encourages them to read classical authors. He is a cardinal who is a friend of all, both rich and poor, powerful and humble, young and old, believer and non-believer. He is a cardinal who is loved by all, both inside and outside the Church. Who is the new pope? He is the Bishop of Rome, the successor of St. Peter, the shepherd of the universal Church. He is Pope Leo XIV, the man who speaks the language of the classics, the language of faith, the language of hope, and the language of love.